What is up, guys? Chapter 7, Season 2 of Fortnite is coming up. We have Captain America in this trailer, the Ice King Foundation. Look at everything. Just take it all in, everyone. This is gonna be crazy. So again, the trailer is very short. This is a mini trailer. It is in Oliver's new tab. If you guys want me to play it again, take down. We see the Ice King's new fortress. The Ice King himself. We see the prisoner. We see Marigold or whatever, I forgot her name. Captain America, the brand new skin. And we see a brand new version of Foundation, guys. And this season will be called Showdown, and it'll be releasing on March 19th, 2026. That is crazy. And I am back, everyone. I am back. So, many of you guys were wondering, when will I be coming back? And I am here. This video will be breaking down everything that you need to know before Season 2. Now, get some snacks, get a drink, because this might be a long one, it might be a short one. Who knows? And if this is a short one, keep those snacks and drinks, because you guys would want to go check out my other videos. That would really help me out and support me. So with that all being said, let's dive into the video. So, basically, here is the main storyline right now. After the events of the 7.Season, we know that we found the shard, the main version of the 0-point shard. Where is the 0-point shard? When we dived into Chapter 7, Season 1, we seen that the shard was located at Lethal Labs in the very middle. And keep in mind, this is the same shard that was gone from the 0-point. Remember, it exploded from the 0-point. So, and then it just went into a bunch of different universes. All the shards landed. One shard went to the Chapter 6 island, and then we finally reclaimed that shard. Then when we were done reclaiming that shard, we finally brung it to this map. Then we meet the main protagonist for the season, the Dark Voyager. The Dark Voyager is basically part of the last reality. Well, if you guys don't know who the last reality is, it's many people. If you guys don't know, it's like we're all of the cubes: Kevin the Cube, the Gold Cube, Blevin, the Red Cube, and all of that. Last reality. We know that one of the members of the 7 used to be former Last Reality member, the Cube King, and that is the Origin, I believe. Yeah, Origin. So, now, the Dark Voyager wants to reform the 0-point, which that's probably a good thing. He wants to bring it back together. But, there's one catch. He wants to use it for a bad thing. He wants to merge universes together and make this island somewhere where we don't want to be, if you know, like, who wants to be on this island? So, basically, the Dark Voyager's plan is to merge universes together, and the loopers don't want it, even though I know we want new content. Fortnite, when are we getting the new season? Well, March 9th. Wait, March 9th. March 19th, so I don't know why I have to ask that, but I'll do it. So, again, if you guys don't know, Foundation and Jonesy disappeared at the end of Chapter 3, Season 2. But Jonesy came back, but for some reason, not Foundation. Now, you've seen him in the trailer, but here is what I think happened to him. So we know they jump into the 0-point, and we see in the 0-point shard in the new tab screen of Fortnite that the shard is at the Ice King castle. My thing is, I feel like the shard's scattered. I think Jonesy came through the shard that landed back on the Fortnite island, but I think the Foundation teleported to the shard that was inside of the Ice King's castle, and that's exactly how he ended up frozen in that trailer. Now, some of you are probably like, I'm not getting this. And most of you probably don't get it. But for the ones who are nerding out about Fortnite, you should know what I'm talking about. And again, I'm not gonna go over like every single thing about Fortnite. We're just going over the main things that we need to know before we go into Season 2. So, again, the Dark Voyager keeps going into the Dark Voyager, sorry, I keep saying the name wrong. Dark Voyager keeps going into these portals to other areas, and if you can't tell, the portal is right above his ship. So, he keeps trying to take these. Now, the Dark Voyager, we don't know who he is, but I think I know who he could be. The Origin. Some of you guys are like, wait, the Origin? But he's a good guy. Until you remember that the Origin was the Cube King, and who has the Queen Cube in his mask? The Dark Voyager. Now, if you put it together, if you run it all together, it doesn't make sense. But if you actually connect the puzzle pieces, you have to figure this out. And we already know that OG and Battle Royale are clashing, because we know that the OG version of the Visitor is here on the map. So these universes are connected somehow. And we all know that they're connected. This would connect everything together. It's a full circle moment. So I think the Origin, once he disappeared, I feel like he didn't just disappear. Now listen, he disappeared in season 4 by the Herald. So season 4 he turned into Chrome. And if you don't know, back in, so I'm talking about season 4, chapter 3. But back in chapter 4, season 1, we heard Amy, their robot, talking about how they're different now. That would explain how the Origin has turned in to the Dark Voyager. Now, this is a full circle moment. We're putting the puzzle together slowly but surely. Again, none of this is actually true. Well, this could be true. Again, you guys can think your own thing. You guys can agree with me or not agree with me. But you guys could, like, this could be real. Again, this is my own concept. You guys can just maybe put a thumbs up or just put a comment in the comments. Just tell me if you agree, because I feel like this could be a very, very, very good answer. I think that the foundation that we see in that trailer is the same old foundation. But now here's the thing that we're wondering about. Where is the other members of the 7? So we know that the scientist got consumed by Chrome. That would mean that the scientist would have to be someone evil again, right? They have to be. My theory is that he is working with the Ice King. But again, this is just a theory that I have. You can follow it, not follow it. You can believe some of it, not all of it. But what if everyone who got consumed by Chrome, part of the 7, are bad? Maybe the Order, and imagined an Order, they are still on this island. We know Order is still on this island, but imagine she could still be on here too. We know that Paradigm is traveling through other universes. She can definitely show up again if the Dark Voyager goes to the, like, I don't know, the universe 169 or whatever, I don't know, and actually finds her. Now, some of you don't know this, but the 7 was an elite alliance. But now that we know it broke, and I feel like some of the members could be good, some of them could be bad. And again, I think the Dark Voyager, I think the scientist is evil. I think the Dark Voyager is the Origin. Hear me out. This could be true. the more you really think about it, this could be true. And again, people have been wondering what's been happening all this time. The storyline's been over. But no, it's not. It's all interconnected. We remember back the chapter 4 season 1 quests. Remember that guy who's having nightmares every night about a portal? That could have been the Dark Voyager. He had disappeared. The origin disappeared and could have became the Dark Voyager and haunting people in their dreams. And that's a little bit abstract, you're probably thinking. But if you really think about it, he has the power of the cubes, and we know that the cubes can corrupt people. We know that he definitely, and we already know that he was the Cube King. He could, again, have that power and just bring it back once again. Like, honestly, if you put the dots together, it honestly, if you really think about it, you guys just have to. And you don't really have to think about anything. But I'm feeling like this could be a definitely great theory. So, again, I just died in the game. But again, we know many, many things. Some of them are confirmed. Like, again, Dark Voyager taking all of the shards. We already seen that live happening. But here's what I want to talk about. This would interconnect everything. Now, listen, here's the thing. What happened to Sloan? We know that Dr. Sloan was the leader, and we know what you're probably wondering, what happened to many, many people. Geno, all of them. My theory is that Geno, hear me out, is the Ice King. Now, again, this might be another stretch, like how there's multiple stretches in this video, but if you really think about it, Geno could be the Ice King. We never knew that. We never knew who the Ice King was, but Geno disappeared at the end of Chapter 4. At the end of Chapter 4, the time machine showed up. And now, we know that in OG, the Ice King looks different. This Ice King could have, like, we know that Geno could have killed the Ice King, eliminated him, and transformed into him. Dang, that's crazy. So basically, we know that Geno, we all know that Geno disappeared from the storyline. But what if he didn't? He could still be lurking in the shadows as the Ice King. Now, again, what Geno in the Unageless. So we know Kato Thorne had the time machine, and before Kato Thorne's location, what used to be there? The Citadel. Who owned the Citadel? The Unageless. Who was the Unageless? None other than Geno. If you think about it, Geno could have went back in time again and became the Unageless. He could have took something, and again, that would explain how the Chapter 4 island turned into medieval, because he's the one who's been doing all this. And how does this connect into the present day storyline? Geno has a time machine. This is what I believe. Kato Thorne and Geno worked together. When the time reversed, I don't believe Kato Thorne's part of the storyline. I think he got wiped out somewhere off screen. But I think Kato Thorne was working with Geno, aka the Unageless, and the Ageless literally, sorry, I kept saying Unageless. The Ageless literally had the time machine. And he went to, I believe that Geno had the time machine. He went back in time. To go visit the medieval days and become the Ageless. He went back into time probably back into the like future, but not actually like the future, not present day, but like back to chapter 1, season 7, and he became the Ice King. Now, this might be a stretch, but this might be a stretch, like many things have been stretchy. Might as well call this video Mr. Fantastic or Elastic Girl. But we can't confirm any of this. But there is many things leading towards it. Like, if you really think about it, guys, really think about it. So, again, the present storyline. I think, again, you know all my theories. I think the Dark Voyager is collecting the shards from universes where all of these bad guys, all of these characters are located. And I feel like, okay, so we know season 1's bad guy was the Dark Voyager. You guys are wondering, in that trailer we didn't see the Dark Voyager. What's gonna happen to the Dark Voyager? Here's my thing. So, the Dark Voyager, I believe, he's gonna go back to the last reality after he merged this world. Or, the Ice King realizes that Ice King, which I think is Geno, realizes that the Dark Voyager, that I think is Origin, is part of the 7, and he's not gonna know that he turned bad, so that's gonna wipe him out of the picture. And now Geno, we know he's obsessed with power and trying to become the greatest. Again, that would make sense. The Ice King's trying to do the same thing, and he's gonna do all this. And you're probably wondering, why is Captain America there? Again, timeline, back in time. Again, the time travel. We know that he could have gone back in the Marvel days, back a long time ago, in World War II times, and he could have stole Cap from the ice. That would, if you can't tell, the same pose that Captain America's hitting is the same pose in the comics that he used when he was frozen in ice. It is all interconnected. Everything. You just really got to think about it. So, now we know that pretty much all the shards are there, and we're almost like 70, like maybe 75% through. Again, this is all just my concept, my theories, and you guys can have your own. Well, I just want to say, I'm back. You guys are back, watching me again. And that is it for the video. If you guys believe any of these, put a thumbs up emoji in the comments with a smiley face, or maybe just a thumbs up emoji, or maybe just a smiley face. With that all being said, peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one.